Good day, students, and welcome to this asynchronous call. Right now, we're going to be tackling the lesson that we have missed during this shenanigans that's happening in this week. Now, hopefully naman, kahit na ako ay nagre-recording lang, is maintindihan ninyo yung klase ko for today. Okay, what we're going to be tackling for today is going to be applying backgrounds. Now, within applying backgrounds, your lesson proper is setting up the visual appeal versus functionality. And then we are going to be setting some backgrounds in order for your performance task this coming week. Now, your learning targets is that you can apply background images to your web page and as well as understand the importance of visual appeal with functionality. Now, narinig yung sinabi ko doon, meron ako doon, with functionality. Now, let's get started first with visual appeal versus functionality. Now, maraming nagtatanong, bakit na ba natin kailangan ng visual appeal nowadays? Why do we need this? Kung kailangan lang naman natin is yung website natin ay gumana. We need this because nowadays, people tend to trust a website more if it's beautifully created. Hindi na enough na yon na gumagana ang website ninyo. It's no longer enough. People tend to trust a website if it's beautifully crafted, if it's easy to use, if it's functional, yet it's beautiful. Hindi na uubra ngayon ang just a very functional website. Even if it's very bug-free, very usable, very interactive, if it's plain as a white wall, katulad na nakikita nyo right now, no one will stay. Or people would have a negative reaction or rather a somewhat neutral na first impression kapag napuntahan nila yung website ninyo. Which is why, mahalaga na yon na ma-design natin ang website natin with appeal. Okay, that appeals to your users. Now, I'm sorry if you're hearing some sort of echo right now because I'm currently speaking in a room by myself. So, kapag may narinig kayo na echo during this recording, yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Now, para matackle natin ang topic of visual appeal, we need to first check the following. Okay, ito ang ginagawa ng visual appeal for our web page. 1. Attract attention. 2. Create a first impression. 3. Build a relationship. 4. Increase tolerance. And last but not least, invoke emotion. Now, first muna, kailangan mo muna makuha ang attention nila. Kailangan mo muna makuha yung attention ng audience ninyo, ng mga users ninyo. Kaya tuloy, visual appeal, more than anything, grabs the eyes of your visitors. We like to look at pretty things. We like to look at beautiful things over something ugly, over something neutral. Kaya ang isa sa mga ginagawa ng visual appeal is to get you to look at the website. Attracts your attention. Similar to websites like this. Sa website na ito, nakikita talaga natin na wow! Wow! What am I looking at? So basically, it grabs your attention tuloy. Napapatingin kayo sa kanila. Now, after grabbing your attention, it's now time for you to create the first impression. Now, ang first impression matters always. Diba kapag maganda ang first impression natin, we tend to go back to them again and again and again and again. Kaya tuloy, maganda tuloy dapat ang first impression natin. Kapag ang first impression natin is hindi maganda or neutral, people tend to look away na. People tend not to stay kapag ganoon ang sitwasyon. Kaya tuloy, maganda. Kapag maganda ang visual appeal ng website ninyo, it creates a beautiful first impression that will generate clout. Mapapag-usapan ng website ninyo, they will come back for more and more and more and more. So, create a first impression, similar to what you are seeing right now. This is the website of the snacks company. At nakikita ninyo, very beautiful, very, sabihin na natin, very elegant and soothing. We are your future romance. It creates an environment that this website is safe. This website can be trusted. And you can be relaxed when you are seeing our website. So maganda ang kanilang first impression. Next, build relationships. Of course, nakuha mo na yung attention nila. Nabigyan mo sila ng magandang first impression. Now it's time to establish ano nga ba relationship natin between the users and the web developers. By having a good visual appeal, you can set the relationship of your users and the web developers and the website itself and its services. Now, magiging resulta tuloy similar to this example right here. Now, nakikita ninyo right now, nakakaunti lang ang visual appeal ng ito, pero it was enough to establish the relationship between the two websites and between the websites and the users. Bakit? Through the website of Adidas, kung saan pinapakita talaga nila that they are now partnering with Parley in order to create shoes made from marine plastic pollution. They are now establishing the website, establishing the relationship that they are a environmentally friendly company. Next, increase tolerance. Now, of course, goal natin pa rin sa pinakabandang dulo is to establish a perfect website. Walang bugs hanggat maaari, lahat ng links ay gumagana, malinis. Pero meron may pagkakataon na hindi natin kayang gawin yon. Meron tayong moments na nagkukulang tayo, hindi natin alam kung ano yung gagawin, and sadya talagang lumilitaw yung bugs sa code natin. Sometimes they manifest, hindi natin alam kung paano nangyayari. So in order to cover those rather inconvenient parts, visual appeal can play a part by covering them up. Of course, ang goal pa rin natin at the end of the day is to create a beautiful website, but sometimes kapag hindi natin kaya natin tapalan sila with beautiful designs para sabihin na natin, tumingin kayo dito lang, dito sa website na ito. Wag daw sa kabila, wag daw sa wag dito sa sira, mga bawal to. No, dito kayo sa magaganda. Bali ganoon ang ginagawa tuloy ng increased tolerance. Take for example this website right here. Maganda tong website na to. It has appeal, it has beautiful, it's somewhat balanced. Pero ang tinatago ng website na ito is the fact that you need to apparently click yung right side or your left and right buttons in order to cycle to the beverage that you want. So, marami siyang clicking, marami siyang inconvenient clicking again and again and again and again until you get to the beverage that you want to view. So, wala silang search engine. So, that's the part that is rather inconvenient. Covered up by their beautiful design. And last but not the least, invoke emotion. Through visual appeal, you can make your audience or make your users feel something, an emotion. Pwede mo sila make them feel delight, sadness, even pity. Pag gusto nyo ng donation, gusto nyo inspiring, add tree plantings. Kapag gusto niyo donation do sa mga poor countries or di ka do sa mga countries na ravaged by war, you showcase talaga yung mga pictures talaga na nadadali sila, that they are sad, they are lonely. Napaka-devastating na nangyari sa kanila. So people now tend to donate more. Even awaken some memories like trust, comfort, and hope, and self-confidence similar to what you are looking at right now. Ito yung website ng PayPal wherein pinapakita through visual appeal that they are something that you can be trusted. That you can trust to lay back and kick back and relax na sila na ang bahala sa lahat. It invokes the emotion that you can trust them, settle for cabs, tabs, and kebabs. Party time na para sa PayPal. Okay. Now, we're now going to be setting up the backgrounds. Now, ang pagsa-setup ng backgrounds is somewhat tricky. We are going to be using the CSS for this one. Now, marami siyang iba't ibang properties. And I'm going to be demonstrating them one by one in the following clip right here. So, right now, I am using Solo Learn para mapakita ko lang sa inyo kung ano ang ginagawa ng following. Simply because I cannot install a another I cannot really install a program here. So ang gagawin ko na lang, so this part is connected to the CSS. I'm allowed to use the browser for this one. So I'm going to be showcasing you the different properties in setting up your background. Number one muna po is the background color. Now the background color allows you to set, obviously naman, the color of your background. So if I set this to, let's just say, light green. Light green, there we go. It will turn the page light green. There we go. This can be a hexadecimal number, pwede ito maging hexadecimal number or a name. Katulad ng pinademonstrate ko right now. Another one is going to be background image. Now, background image naman, this allows you to add an image as the background instead of a color. So, para magumana to, I'm going to be searching up a generic background right here, background image. And I'll be setting this up. So, I will just copy in this image address. And then I'll paste it right here. So, magta-type down muna ako ng URL. Okay, then sa loob ng URL, then there we go. So, mukha lang siya mahaba. Pag nirun natin, ayan na siya. We now have the background image. Of course, hindi tayo matatapos doon. We're going to choose the another. So, ito yung examples pala na background color, background image. Now, ita-tackle natin ng background position later because background position sets the starting position of your background image. So, we're going to be starting first with the background size. Now, the background size allows you to adjust the size of your background, obviously. So, lalagyan natin dito yun. So, background size. And then, we're going to be setting it to, let's just say, 300 pixel, the height, and 215 the width. And let's run. There we go. Oh, the width and the height pala yan. So, baliktad pala ako. Now, nakikita nyo that the background started to repeat itself. Okay, the background started to repeat itself. It means, kapag maliit kasi ang background, it will automatically duplicate itself to fill up the HTML document. Para matigil ito, we're going to be tackling background repeat. This one. It will tell you if you want to repeat the background or not. So if we're going to be setting this up, I'm going to be adding here background repeat. And we have two methods. Okay, we can set it to no repeat. Kapag sinet attaches to no repeat, it will just have the one. It will have just the one. Kung meron kayo nakikita dito right now, we will tackle that in a later date. So right now, we're tackling the basics. After the background repeat, of course, background position. It will set up, parang katulad lang siya ng text alignment for text. It will set which part or where you want the background to be placed. So if we're going to be setting it up, so background, position, and we can set it to, let's just say, center. There we go, centered na tuloy siya. Simple as that. Next, background attachment. Now, background attachment allows you to scroll, allows you to set up the background whether or not it will follow the scroll or not. Now, right now, I cannot really demonstrate it here simply because it's, well, sakto yung image kasi dito. So, if we're going to be setting this up to, let's just say, to auto, we're going to run this. And right now kasi, hindi kasi siya applicable. It's not applicable at the slightest. I cannot adjust it to have this scroll. Pero pag napakita ko sa inyo to, as in kapag pinakita ko talaga sa inyo as actual na program, you can set this whether or not to follow along the scroll. Kung sasabihin na natin pa it will just stay there even if I'm just scrolling it up or down. It will stay here. Alisin na natin to para hindi mukhang jarring ang ating webpage. There we go. So background attachment allows you to whether or not the background image scrolls along with the rest of the page or it is fixed. Background origin is parang katulad lang siya ng background position. It just signifies where you want the background image to start. And last but not least, the background clip. Basically, para siya no clip na cheat. It allows you to extend that background further beyond a certain limit. So basically, papalampasin mo sila doon sa part na yon ng CSS box. And that's about it. Hopefully naman understand nyo ang aking lesson despite the fact that this is just a recording. I will be hopefully naman maintindihan nyo siya. If you have any questions, you can reach me in my messenger, you can reach me in my email, and thank you very much for joining this synchronous or rather asynchronous recording. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel kapag gusto niyo pa ng mga clips na ganito. Then thank you very much for joining and I will see you all next time again. So goodbye students and thank you for watching.